Hello everyone, Tanak here. Welcome to episode 128 of Building My Industrial Empire in EVE Online. So let's start with the progress report. As you can see, my network plus that of the corporation is now at the 302 billion ISK, decent progression compared to last week. We did have a little more activity this week. And managed to do a little bit of writing, even if I didn't do that much personally. You can see the detail here. So yeah, so corporation progressed by 2 billion. I gained 2 billion. I didn't do 2 billion worth of writing, so it's a little bit more, but still, all in all, we're more than 4 billion progression compared to last week, which is pretty good. So yeah, financial doing great. I mean, you can see there's a clear tendency, even if there's variation of progression. We don't have an exponential curve like we did before, but this was a period where we were recruiting incredibly fast. We had a large corp joining, so still all in all doing pretty good. Now HR here, you can see that we are now at 471 member, so that's a plus 11 compared to last week. We did have a very good week of recruitment, lots of new people. It shows in our number online. As you can see here, we were hovering around like 458, 60. We're now between 60, even at 65. So number activity have been picking up. We got new member coming in, some old member logging in a little more, doing a little more activities, organizing WOMP. So it's pretty good. We are more like the core of our membership is I wouldn't say the core, because we're about 2/3 Euro, 1/3 NA. Euro time zone is very dynamic because they have a critical mass to do stuff. Any time zone, depend on the night. We have between 15 and 30 people online, but that's counting alt and everything. So we have enough to do some thing, but we would really benefit from recruiting like a 10-man corp US time zone that are active in PvP. It would like help us reach a bigger critical mass to be able to do constant stuff. US TZ, Euro TZ, we don't have that problem, but we're working on building that time zone. So, and all in all, the recruiting team this week has done a fantastic job. So it's very positive. I mean, I'm pretty hyped for that. So that's it for HR. Again, if you're interested in joining, check the Guns R Us Corp description if you want to join. If you want to join as a corp, we do have opening for that too. So you can reach out to me in game, or even reach out to the people in the recruitment channel that can help you out. So that's it for that. Military. Okay. This week, what happened, we got our Fortizar in GJO reinforce, or did I don't remember the date exactly if I talked to you about. No, I didn't talk to you about it. So yeah, they did, Fi.Re came to reinforce the Fortizar in GJO. They had bigger number, and we had a huge bug when it happened. As when they started shooting on the Fortizar, we logged in and we didn't see any weapon, anything, like no fit on the Fortizar. And so the first thought was, okay, have we been AWOCs? Is there somebody that took the stuff out? But if there's a very limited number of people that can manage the fit on our structure, and they've all been with the corp for a while, and these are people we trust. So spy didn't even seem possible from what he saw. And something was really weird because we didn't see the fit, we weren't able to shoot the gun, but we saw that there were CPU and power grid still consumed, and we were still able to access the module. So Market Hub was still working, Clone Bay was still working, but we didn't see any gun. So we couldn't fire the PDS. We couldn't fire. We didn't manage to form the number, so they managed to ref that Fortizar, which was a little bit annoying. We opened a ticket to a CCP, and at server shutdown, all the module became accessible again. So clearly was a bug. I don't know what happened, but it was like a super bad timing because the bug happened and when we were attacked. So anyway, so the Fortizar got reinforced, and then Fi.Re came along later, the day after, and managed to ref an Astra House in QTAC S with a Nightmare fleet. We were getting ready to flash form, but our intel was showing us that Horde at the 50 people formed up in XVV. So because Horde is currently stationed there, and they are working with Fi.Re and Fi.Re. So we didn't want to go engage the Nightmare on grid to get drop in by Horde. So we let them ref that station and avoided that fight and punted to timer. So we were at a situation where we had two structure that were revved, our Fortizar and GJO and an Athanor in QTAC S. So that was beginning of the week. Then for the timer for that Fortizar, what we did is that our intel showed us that Fi.Re and Fi.Re was pinging heavily, and Horde was also pinging for the Fortizar, well, at the same time as the Fortizar. And these ping, normally those large alliance, for the people that aren't nullsec people, they'll usually ping a time, but they won't ping a target, and they won't ping a fit, just because there's so many spies at that level that you basically want to give out as little as intel as possible. But for us, what we knew is that Fi.Re, Fi.Re were pinging, and Horde was pinging at the same time, and that window was our Fortizar. Opening window. So we expected a large fight at the Fortizar. Wrecking Crew can take on Fi.Re 1v1. We can take on Fi.Re plus Horde. So what we did is we bat phone their enemy, and we work with the enemy of our enemy, and we had Imperium on grid with us to help us defend. But when the fight was starting, the Horde fleet didn't head for our Fortizar. They had somewhere else. I don't know if that was the initial plan, or when they saw that we had Imperium on grid with us, they decided to go somewhere else, because there were some Horde people flying in pocket earlier during the day. So you never know the situation. But anyway, and then knowing that we had like about 300 people on grid, Fi.Re didn't show up, and the structure repaired. So all in all, that was a fight that, again, for this fight to happen, both group must think that they have a chance of winning, and both group will, like, when you're riffing structure, especially on the front line here, you gotta expect heavy bat phone. And the same is true for us. If we're pushing any structure from Fi.Re and Fi.Re, we expect Horde to show up. So our philosophy is kind of, we don't create timer to create timer unless we're really putting pressure on people just to burn them out. But when we ref something, we usually try to follow up with it, but whatever. So anyway, that structure repair, and just before I was recording this video, the Athanor here repaired. and Fi.Re didn't show up. But this one we didn't bat phone because we were monitoring the ping, and there were no ping on their side and no ping from Horde. So we just had FC on standby and we're ready to flash form if they did show up. And that structure repaired. So all our structure are actually fully repaired now, and everything is back to full power. So that's on the war side. The other thing interesting that happened this week is YMP in Provi, which is the Provi staging for. If you look at the map here, you can see that Wrecking Crew is basically that part here of Catch and all of Provi. And YMP here is our staging in Provi, and we got a staging in Qtaka. So it's, again, I'm not giving out any big secret that the enemy doesn't know already. So what happened is Deepwater Hooligan actually managed to anchor a Death Star in YMP, which is a POS with guns and everything. Obviously, that's not something that we could let live, so we went and shoot that thing, and it's long to shoot. And this honestly is just show how retard Siege Green is. You can get rid of a Citadel in a few, like in 2-timer, which are pretty fast to reinforce, and the guns in the Citadel are just pea shooter. They're paper thin structure. A Death Star like this is, I mean, it's not like they're annoying because you'll come with Logi. So if they don't have people there, if they don't have people fighting there, you're gonna ref it. It's just long. So we did clear out that POS. So you can see on my kill board I was there. It's just a long time to clear out everything from that structure. So that's one of the. I don't have a battle report for that because you just see people shooting at the structure that was not manned. But that was something eventful that week. Aside from that, I don't have big battle report to show you for this week because we didn't get a large fleet battle. There is the fight next door between Horde, Imperium and Fi.Re plus Pappy. I would say Fi.Re plus Horde and NC Dot. There is some little small gang stuff happening. So if you look at our kill board here, you'll see that we did get 76 ship kill this week. We did lose some, but no big battle. It was only like 5v3 or some stuff like that. So I don't have any I don't have any battle report, interesting battle report to show you. The one thing that we did manage to see though was a Rorqual that was gating through our space. So slow boating through WOMP space in a Rorqual. Again, one of my guy caught it. I was at work when I saw the ping, but one of my guy caught it on the gate, and the guy, everybody that was there just form and jump on him, so you can see that one is, I mean, free food free food delivered to your doorstep. What else can I say? So that one was a good one for the week. So I really wanted to show that one because the guy was like, we're pretty ecstatic that they managed to catch that. Again, that's pretty much it. What's that battle report here? Okay, yeah, no, these are fights that I'm happening earlier between Initiative and Legion of Death, because the region that's next door to where we live, here you'll see is Tenerife is where a big part of the fight is actually happening. So Initiative managed to grab that system. They managed to grab all the system here. Like Imperium managed to ref most of the station, the system here, and grab them from XYX. And then I'm not sure how hard a pushback it is, but game theory, so that's a Fi.Re coalition, anchor back in the system that were taken initially by Imperium that toasted, so they anchored them back, and Horde here managed to get that system, but you still have Imperium holding a few systems down south. And Imperium is pushing, so right now Imperium seems more focused on destroying the system than actually securing and holding ground, except possibly for wanting to build some jump bridge network. I'm not sure exactly what their goal is here. And you got these fights here that are doesn't look like they're getting contested, so they were ref back by Imperium when they anchor, but it doesn't look like Imperium is contesting those. So we'll see how it goes. For us, it's like a fight on our doorstep. Interesting fight, but not our fight. So maybe occasionally we'll third party, but that's not our main focus for now. Sometimes we do send a few guys just to look for target and try to get score some few kills here and there, but that's pretty much it. And the rest, Immensia is pretty stable. And here, I don't know who refed that one, but I'm guessing that's probably a Fi.Re trying to push back against Dracarys. But I'm not sure who did that refing here. So anyway, we'll see what happened. So there's some interesting stuff going on. Again, the one thing that is it didn't show too much that the number are going down, but if you look, like last night, 23,000 people online, which was the lowest peak for a long while. You get an average, and Thursday night are usually the lowest point during a week. So I do, as a CEO of a corp that's trying to recruit and trying to grow, I'm looking at these numbers, obviously, because the state of the game is also it kind of drives your recruitment pool. If the game is growing, your recruitment pool is growing, so it's a lot easier to grab people. As if the game is shrinking, you'll see some corps struggling. We're doing pretty good compared to the average state of the game, but if you're seeing the number here, it's kind of worrisome a little bit. But again, that there's not much I can do. That's part of it. The one thing I can do though is that number here is that I can do. I can recruit people in Guns N' Roses, I can recruit people corp in WOMP, and we can grow from there, and that's what we're trying to do right now. And again, this week was so far a pretty good week. That's the only thing I can say there. Aside from that, me personally, perfecting my missile skill, like just polishing up. I am at 76 million skill point and growing. So there's a lot of stuff that I can fly already. So I'm just polishing up my subcap skill just to try to get like level 5 everywhere that I need for ship that I fly regularly, and finishing that up. Oh yeah, the other thing is internally in WOMP we started developing a special SIG, so special interest group, for people that will want to fly like bigger doctrine on their own wallet. So people that want to push the envelope a little bit and get into those fun fight with a little more blingy stuff, because that's one thing that you have as a CEO. You always have to, you're worried of your corp finances, how you're going to SRP your member, but but also you need to have your pilots that are that are rich enough, that want to fly those blingy ship, you need to provide them something to do. So I'm not close to being able to do a Paladin Doctrine on WOMP level, but I'm not going to forbid my member of flying these types of ship if they want to. I mean, if they want to enjoy it, they work for their risk, they might as well enjoy it. So if they want to do that on their own dime, I mean, we're going to facilitate that. So we are building a SIG right now with a competent FC that is, and these guys are going to start trying to pick up like more intense fight and get into those more interesting battle. So we'll see how that goes. The guy this week, since we didn't have that many fight internally, aside from structure bashing that we responded to and we formed, the guy did went out on roams and stuff like that. Like when content isn't coming to us, we go look for content somewhere else, which is what most corp or most alliance do in the game. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this week, and see you guys next week. Bye bye.